Hi Rishabh, I hope you're doing well today. In today's video, I want to share with you or even ask you, are you living your own life? Yes or not? There's not in between. And to start this video, I want to go with one nice quote by Benjamin Franklin, which is called, "People are dead at the age of 25 and aren't buried till they are 75. Dead at 25 and aren't buried at 75. What does it mean? If you see on the evolution or how the current human being is taking the evolution is, at the age of 25 you're currently in your job and you start to hate it. And it means you are working your butt off till you are 75 and then you freaking die. Perish and die. With full of regrets, with no fulfillment, just as nothing. Not going in history, just a normal mediocre, like 90% of the whole population of the world are. 90% of the whole population of the world are. Do you really believe that you are really just born without any purpose? Because I do believe every one of the human being has a purpose in his life. You have something that I don't have, and that everyone around you don't have. You just have to find it out. How to find it out? You can make a freaking list. You can ask your mom, your dad, everyone. You can ask your friends, you can ask your teachers what you're good at. And then you make a list. And then you can evaluate from 1 to 10. And the winner is the thing where you have to be focused on. This is the trick to actually get you focused. And once you go to focus, you can actually just focus on the one thing, on the one craft. Because you're already good at it, you can become better and really become a master of it. In fact, so many people at school, and if you're just going to a freaking job, you have to be also focused on other things that you just hate. Some people hate math. Some people hate things like English lesson. But they have to do it. Why? Even they hate it, they have to do it. Because it's required to be an employee. But guess what? The difference between we are actually, when we go to school, and school is education to become an employee but not an employer.
I go to school. And school is education to become an employee but not an employer.
Because, as also Gary Vaynerchuk says, he said, like, when I go my test, like my employer's test, I can't even pass the first question because it made for employees, not for employers. Do you got it? It's a totally different world between employees and employees. If you want to remain as employee, it's okay. However, this is a reminder for you. The big achievers, all the Warren Buffetts, they don't have just one income stream. They have 5, 6, 7, 8, and even more. From 5. Why they have so many? Guess what? If they're retired and something happens to them, to one income stream, it just breaks up, they have 5, 6, 7. They can still afford the same lifestyle they have. But guess what? If you're a freaking employee and just working your butt off from 9 to 5 and you get fired, you're like a chewing gum who's been chewing and just spit it out. It's just a reminder to you. And those people, in fact, we are born as a sponge. We are born as a sponge which is just soaked in everything. The first thing we as sponges soaked as influenced by our parents, followed by our friends, by teachers, by tutors, by maybe job coaches when you are one kind of have a job. In fact, yesterday my job coach has called me and say, hey Alex, now you in this kind of internship, and this might be your last chance in your life to actually be there. Dude, I just become 30. You're already 50. And guess what? Maybe in 30 years you're already dead. And you say that it's the end of my life when I'm done doing this? Are you stupid? This is actually what the quote means. That we are dying at the age of 25 because we're going to a job. First we like it, afterwards maybe the boss is changing, everything is changing, everything becomes harder. And guess what? If you have kids and maybe also a spouse, we're just saying, hey, you have paid more money to the home, you just stress out. This is actually also one of the reasons why so many people in Japan and in South Korea are ending their life with suicide, because they can't vary the pain, they can't vary the pressure from society and the pressure of don't having enough money to get it to the kids, to get it to the wife. Do you really want to have this life? So many people are don't having ownership. Why they don't have ownership? Well, what I said, if you're a sponge, you have the influence by everyone, and all of a sudden you just lose your character. In fact, people don't have a character, but we can actually tweak things. We can focus on one thing. Because I see so many people on my Instagram and so many people of my Facebook account, and they said, okay, what is specialized? And they have like, okay, I'm specialized in cryptocurrency, I'm specialized in social media, I'm specialized in this. I'm a freaking specialized. You're specialized on nothing. Because when you actually serve everyone, you serve no one. You don't. Because when you actually serve everyone, you serve no one. You don't specialize in any one thing. You have to specialize to be on one craft. If you know one craft for 100%, then you are specialized. But if you specialize on everything, on really large field, I'm specialized. No, you're not specialized. You're just lying to yourself. And you have just a freaking syndrome of the shiny objects. You're just following one trend from another, and just swap. Where are you? And I'm asking you, where are you right now? If you're 20, you're 30, you still can't do your business. You still can't grow business till 6, 7, 8 figures. It's still possible. Even people in the 40s can do it, in the 50s, even in the 60s. There are people who can do business. But get what? First of all, like in Japan back then, I have met so many people who don't own your life. Why? Because the parents said, you have to become a lawyer. And the friend said, you have to become a lawyer. And the teacher said, you have to become a lawyer. And all of a sudden, the small sponge, which actually want to become a freaking rock star in a heart, end up the whole life to become a lawyer, which is actually hating. And they have to wait to work their butt off for 40 years. Their parents already dead. They don't have any responsibility for what they're teaching. The same with teachers, with them, maybe with the friends. But this one sponge, this one is still remaining and hating this life. Do you really want to remain as those people? If you're just 30, if you're just 20, if you're just starting out, do you really want to remain as those? Do you really want to become one of those who are just hating their lives? Because everyone said, oh, you have to do this. Like myself yesterday, hey, you have to be in this internship because, yeah, it's the last chance of your life. What are you doing, man? I'm just 30. I don't care when I get a freaking job or not. Because I know when I do my thing, I can actually do my own business. And then I can hire you to do my stuff. But you have to take control of your life. And the best control of life to become an employee, not an employee. And as fast as possible. Because currently it's a golden time. With social media and everything, it's so easy to become an employee. Not overnight, but maybe over 2-3 years span. It's really easy because back then it takes years, it takes really decades to have a grown company. Now it's if you have the right tutors, the right coaches, it's easy. And back in the past, I had also my coach who has actually told me, get over the edge, get the first client. Because the most coaches and people who are actually giving some service on the internet are struggling to get the first client. But if you saw one of these who are starting to get the first client, guess what? Currently, I do offer one online discovery coaching session for free. So if you're one of those who want to reshape your own relationship with your procrastination, get your first client, get over the edge. Maybe if you also have an own company and want to go to the next level. If you're a CEO and want to go to the next level. If you have just 5 figures, you want to go 6 or 7 figures. This is your chance. I will chunk the link down below. You can click it and we can schedule a call. Another thing, I have an own Facebook group where we do engage about procrastination. So if you're one of those people who do procrastinate, if you want to overcome your procrastination, I'll chunk also the link down below. There are still places, and if you really want to engage with those people, do so. Because I put out there really unique content. I try to do it almost every single day or every other day. However, we are engaging there, and I believe this is actually the future. So Reshaper, tell me what's the number one thing you have picked up so far, because it's really important to reflect on this, what you just heard. Also, if you like this video, like it and share with your friends, because sharing is caring. I do upload every single day, so make sure to hit the subscribe button, notification bell, and so is Reshaper. Have an awesome day, do not lie to yourself, and pursue your passion now.